Michelle's nasty secret about why she keeps trying to take over as First Lady just got out. In no other time in history has a former president been as obsessed with getting in the way of their successor as Barack Obama has. However, what's more strange is not only how Michelle Obama hasn't been able to let the glory days go of her time in the White House, but perpetually tries to assume the position still. While we all thought it was because of her dislike for Melania Trump, it turns out that the real reason is far worse than that. A former staffer for Barack has just come clean with what she knows, which makes a lot of sense now as to why the former First Lady cannot relinquish control based on what she witnessed while the Obamas were in the White House. Barack didn't destroy the country on his own. He had many partners in crime and one was his own wife. Regardless of the pretenses that the pair put on for 8 years about their supposedly perfect marriage, it's not hard to see how Michelle was probably difficult to live with. Now we know that she wanted to act as president more than he actually did his job, as the power struggle within the couple was on full display to those who work around them every day. While Michelle is desperate to reclaim her role as the First Lady, it seems to have more to do with her lust for power than it does her disdain for her successor. In a recent interview, a former Obama aide opened up about her experiences in the White House with these two, noting that it was really Michelle who ran the show. While this isn't surprising, since for 8 years, America saw that she definitely wore the pants in that relationship, what else Alyssa Mastromenico cared to share will probably come as a shock. The Daily Mail reports. If you don't email him, I will. Obama's deputy chief of staff fondly reveals how ex-president played Cupid for her, as she opens up on life at his side, and explains why Michelle was really the boss. The former White House deputy chief of staff for Barack Obama claimed that the president once gave her dating advice in 2006 when they were on a return trip to Chicago from Iowa. In an interview with The Times, Alyssa Mastromenico shared how the at-the-time Illinois senator once threatened to text one of Senator Tom Harkin's staffers on her behalf when he saw him checking her out. Obama turned to me and said, "Look, he was really into you. And if you don't email him, I will," she writes in her book about her time working with Obama called Who Thought This Was a Good Idea? And the upstate New York native doesn't have an idea of what the email would have entailed. "I can only imagine," the 41-year-old said in the interview. When the former commander-in-chief wasn't playing matchmaker, he was likely taking orders from his demanding wife, considering that Mastromenico said that Michelle's the boss. Although the former aide said this with sincerity and flatter for the former FLOTUS, it's not hard to believe what the reality of this boss mentality wasn't always pretty. But the true person in charge of the White House was the First Lady Michelle Obama, Mastromenico told the Daily Mail. "She's the boss." The aide explained that there was nothing to be afraid of when our apparently passive president got mad at staffers. However, if you got in Michelle's crosshairs, you better watch out. If he was mad at you for any reason, you'd be, like, okay. If she was mad at you, if you thought for some reason she might be, you were, like, I'm in so much trouble, Mastromenico explained, according to the Daily Mail. Michelle likely enjoyed having this kind of power over people and is really struggling with relinquishing that now. This is obvious in the constant ways she keeps reappearing on the scene, the assertive public statements she makes to sound like she's on the top of people's minds, and of course following the actual president and First Lady around in their shadows to keep tabs on everything they do. While just about anyone could have done a better job as president than Barack Obama, Michelle was not one of them, who probably thought she was more suited for the position that she was. Knowing that she was who was really in charge in the White House that whole time, leaves one to wonder which ones, or how many, of her husband's failures as president she had a part of. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.